Have you ever had questions on what foods is so important to family and culture or what foods to eat? Want to learn how to bring people together but don't know how or where to begin? Well, on today's show, we're going to have the answers to your questions and take the pressure off. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm so happy to introduce our special guest on today's show. Help me welcome home cook and founder and owner of Blaine by Ange, Angela McCrae Coleman.
Hello, welcome to our show today.
I'm so glad to have you on today. This is like a dream come true. For full disclosure, this is my inspiration on how I became a chef, learning from my mom. Well, let's begin. Before we get started, how can people listening contact you?
Facebook. I'm on Facebook Live. They will contact me from Angela Coleman in Philly.
Well, I'm going to make sure I have all that information on my website or her Facebook identification where you can reach out to her. Before we engage in the meat of our conversation, give our listeners on some of the training and experience in cooking and leadership.
My training began with my mom learning how to cook. First of all, learning how to clean fruits and vegetables and meat and fish. and fish. While cleaning the kitchen, because it's so important that you, as well as you clean your fruits and vegetables, that you keep your kitchen clean as well, for you won't have cross-contamination with your fruits and vegetables and your meats, and the benefit of it that you won't have a whole lot of dishes to clean after you finish cooking.
And that's a key thing that even in culinary school, we're taught having a clean environment because it keeps disease and cross-contamination of different illnesses to get into your food by having a clean environment. So that's very important. For those of us hear the word family and food, what does that mean to you?
Family and food is important because, we love to eat. And when you're eating, it draws conversation and communication. And that's one of the things that I feel like is being lost in our culture today, that we don't have enough time to sit down at the table so that we be able to eat and talk and get to learn from one another and grow from one another. And I think it's so important.
That's key. Well, in your opinion, what's the difference between someone that cooks and a professional chef?
To me, a person that cooks is one that prepares. A professional chef produces a variety of different meals because he has the skill set from school and different things that he may have been introduced to, or she has been introduced to become a professional chef. A good cook is someone that is able to make a variety of foods well, where a chef is skillfully makes and prepare a certain variety of foods with confidence because he has the training behind them. And they also can cook well, as well as a good cook. They intertwine to me because they both can cook good foods well without a recipe.
That's good. That's really good. What I learned, there are many good cooks along with professional chefs, but a lot of good cooks, they can cross into being professional chef because their food is so good, especially if you're used to cooking for large quantity of people. A really good cook can do that, especially during celebrations, especially depending on what culture you're from. They can cook for large gatherings, like for their family, so that they can intertwine. So food is very important in bringing people together. We welcome your questions and comments, so please email me at radio@thaisoulfood.com. That's radio@tysoulfood.com. That's radio@thaisoulfood.com. Let me rephrase this. What is your cooking specialty and why?
Cooking specialty. Well, I will tell you this. I like to cook, period. But one of my specialties I like to cook is Thanksgiving time. Thanksgiving time because you cook a variety of different foods. And one of my specialties, although I do the turkey and homemade stuffing and the collard greens and all that, is I like to specialize in deep dish sweet potato pies. And because one, it's a deep dish because you get more filling and the flavor is wonderful and it's delicious, and you pop it with a scoop of Cool Whip or vanilla ice cream. I just love that deep dish sweet potato pie. I feel like that's one of my specialties, along with, I mean, I have a lot of different specialties I like to do, like the potato salad. It all just depends on what I want to fix at that time or that moment. Or my salmon cakes I make from scratch using the whole salmon. So it all depends on what I'm in the mood for. I really don't have a specialty because I love all kinds of food. So I guess it all depends on what you know, what your taste buds require at that time.
Well, learning from my mom, like my favorite time, even though I love to cook, but my favorite time is the same as the cooking around Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's, because you can cook so many different things and bring the family together. So that's one of my favorite times also. That's ironic. Where did you garnish your love for cooking?
I garnished my love for cooking when my mother was ill. She couldn't prepare food because she was very sick. And I got involved with cooking because I seen that, she couldn't do it, and I know the family still had to eat. So I just took over the kitchen and made it Angie's Kitchen, and I just went in there. She would tell me how to prepare the food, and I would come back and show her how it would look, and I would cook and bake. My biggest meal was Thanksgiving. She was laying on the couch. She couldn't do it, and she was upset, and I just asked her, what was going on. And I was 8 years old, as a matter of fact. And that's when I made my first turkey and my stuffing and all that. I would clean the food and bring it back to her, go back and forth, because she was in the living room, and just show her the food. She told me what temperature, and that's when I began to cook. My passion of cooking became then, and I just been cooking ever since.
So a good cook can don't have to actually physically be in the kitchen. A lot of good cooks, they can tell by taste, by smell, and by sight how the food's supposed to look and be prepared. So in my opinion, she trained you well, because I learned from you.
Yeah, thank you.
You're listening to Let's Cook with Chef Ty, and today's show is discussing food and family with our special guest, home cook and founder and owner of Bling by Ange, Angela McCrae Coleman. We hear it all the time, Mom. Healthy eating. In the everyday world, exactly what does that mean?
Well, a healthy diet is essential for food, our health and nutritional value, right? It protects us from chronic diseases such as heart disease, diabetes, and cancer. So eating a variety of foods that consume less salt, sugar, and saturated and trans fats are essential for a healthy diet. And it's so important because it's, for example, is this, I know it's, it's two different things, but our bodies run off of energy. So if we don't have the energy, our bodies can't run the way it's supposed to run.
Right.
So our bodies is the same way. If we don't put the right nutrition in our bodies, then our bodies can't run like they're supposed to run as well. Just like a car can't run, or we can't drive our cars without gas.
Right.
We can't continue to ride our, bodies off of energy, which is our food. So I feel like it's important for us to eat healthy so that our bodies can continue to function like it needs to function. And plus, there's benefits of eating a nutritional diet, like health loss and having a healthy heart, having strong bones and teeth, being in a better mood and energy level, and improving memory in our brain. Is important for us to eat healthy, because a lot of times we eat for comfort. Right. But we're supposed to also eat for our nutrition as well, because our cells and our body needs that nutrition. Right. And that's what's so important.
So that all of the vitamins and minerals for the food, you have to be conscious of how you put it in your body so your body can feed off that. So that's important. Just a sidebar question. When you're preparing your food, how has you learned to cook from then to now? How do you prepare your food now?
I basically prepare the same way. I have to make sure I have a vegetable.
Mm-hmm.
Not always a starch, but in me, I try to balance my fish
Mm-hmm.
and my poultry. I don't eat a lot of beef.
Mm-hmm.
So I just try to make sure that I eat a balanced, meal. Have a salad every now and then,
Mm-hmm.
But I like the 80-20 rule. You eat 80% of what you should eat,
Mm-hmm.
and 20% of your comfort food. It differs from day to day,
Mm-hmm.
but I try for the most part eat more good than more comfort.
Well, we just learned something that I think is important. Now, can you say that again, the 80-20 rule?
The 80-20 rule is eating 80% more nutrition
Mm-hmm.
and 20% of your comfort food. So when they say healthy diet, it doesn't mean that you can't have your comfort food, but you should eat more nutritional foods
Mm-hmm.
than your comfort foods, and that's what I go by.
I think that is very important. So that's something that, that could actually help. Instead of saying, well, I can't have that, I can't have this, or, I just can't get this, that I think that's important to, at least consider trying the 80-20 rule, because I think that would actually help in a much better living environment for your health and for your life. Springtime is here, Mom, and it's important to eat healthy. So is it still possible to eat healthy and enjoy your food as we're going through as it start getting warmer?
It's true. It's still going back to the 80-20 rule. It's an 80-20 lifestyle. That means, like I said before, you add more nutritional foods, and 20% of your comfort food is definitely possible. I just feel like you just have to be more conscientious of putting more nutritional foods in your body. The vitamins and minerals and nutrients that is needed in our body is so important because it helps our cells to run properly, and it prevents cancer.
Right,
Because cancer is high.
Yeah.
And I just feel like it's important. Even in springtime, there's no reason why we cannot have a healthy diet and still enjoy our lifestyle. It's just our food choices are important. What are we choosing to eat? So we just got to remember, we're eating for nutrition. We're not eating everything for comfort.
Right. That's really good. Very good. We welcome your questions and comments, so please email me at radio@thaisoulfood.com. That's radio@tysoulfood.com. That's radio@thaisoulfood.com. Well, speaking of family and food, let's talk about your business and what you offer.
My business, well, I do sell jewelry. I'm a paparazzi consultant, but a consultant, which I sell jewelry. All jewelry is nickel and lead free. For the base of it is $5.40. I also sell Z pieces for those that you a viewer that are aware of paparazzi, which is $27. More expensive, but more classier pieces. But I also bake my deep dish sweet potato pies, and I also make potato salad depending on the orders, green beans, different things like that. So that's what my business. You have to balance your business, and I enjoy making food, of course, and I also sell jewelry. I also enjoy selling my jewelry.
Well, what I'm going to do is, for those who are interested in reaching out to, Angie's Bling, I'm going to have all that information also listed on my website so you can be able to contact her. And one thing that I have learned is that, from my mom, Angela McCrae Coleman, is don't be afraid to just go ahead and do it. Don't be afraid to start something new, because you never know how it's going to turn out. And leading to my next question, what made you want to start your own business?
Well, I always wanted to start my own business because I feel like I have something to offer people that they would enjoy. I'm in business to bring enjoyment to people so that they will be able, a lot of times we buy stuff and we might like it, we might not like it, or we use it or don't use it. But I'm in business for people to enjoy their items that they purchase, whether it be food or jewelry. I feel like it means a lot when you buy something that you really care for. You will utilize it more. So that's what encouraged me to get out in business. I just felt like I just wanted, to do it that way.
We welcome your questions and comments, so please email me at radio@thaisoulfood.com. That's radio@tysoulfood.com. Here's a question that our listeners may really want to know. Is jewelry expensive?
Jewelry is not expensive as far as what I'm doing, but I have a variety of different style of jewelry. Like I said, earrings, bracelets, necklaces, and stuff like that. It comes in a variety of different style, and it's also nickel and lead free. So that's the variety part of it. It's very affordable to buy jewelry. It all depends on what you want, and the jewelry do last. A lot of times people say, well, the jewelry don't cost that much, it doesn't last long. It does last long, but we also have to take care of our jewelry.
Right.
The jewelry is very durable and is very stylish, and it is affordable.
That's really good. And what type of jewelry you offer again, Mom?
I offer a lot of different styles of jewelry. I'm not what you call restricted from style. So it's a lot of style of jewelry. It's macrame, it's fringes, it's gold, it's silver, but it's different styles of jewelry that you can buy as pearls, and it's just a lot of different styles of jewelry that you can buy that's affordable.
Okay. What would you say to the person that would like to start their own business, small business?
I would say, research the business, find out how much the business is going to cost. Start somewhere with business cards, or, just try it out a little bit of this, see how far to go, and you'll be surprised. I encourage you to try it.
It's important because the biggest thing that stop people from moving is fear. Don't let fear get you. Push through it. You may be still scared, and also too, you don't need to know everything before you get started. Just start it, and then everything else will, you'll start learning as you go along. And also, I have resources that can help you for those who wants to start a small business. There's reach out to me to radio@thaisoulfood.com and shoot me an email, and I can help direct you into some of the free information out to small businesses. And again, that's radio@tysoulfood.com. Also, for more information about the show and Thai Soul Food and Catering, please visit my website at www.thaisoulfood.com. That's www.thaisoulfood.com. And you can find more information about today's show and also this interview. Well, we're almost getting to the end of here. So another question that I had on mind is, how has this year been for you and your business dealing with this pandemic?
Surprisingly, my year has been very, very busy during this pandemic. God has been good to me during this pandemic, and my business has flourished during this pandemic. I was truly surprised of the way my business has taken off actually during this business. It has been very, very productive. So my word would be to the listeners is don't let the pandemic make you think that things are not still flourishing, because it is, and it has really surprised me on how well it has bloomed during the pandemic.
Okay. Well, this is my last question for you today. What is the one thing you would like to leave with our listeners regarding food and family, and also having your own business that most people may not be aware of?
Well, first of all, as far as health is concerned, I was like to leave with you is drink plenty of water, because our blood cells need water. It guards against dehydration. It helps balance our body fluids and digestion, absorption, temperature, brain and kidney function. As far as family is concerned, I would like to leave the more time that you can spend with family now that the weather's warm enough, with barbecues, birthday parties, and such, that it'll be a good time to fellowship and get to know one another. We have been away from each other like more than a year. I encourage that family get together, so that we can reconnect with one another that has been missed. And far as business is concerned, don't be afraid of going out in business. You go in business, you go up, you go down. Sometimes you don't let the money stop you from not having a business, because during that time when you don't have the income, you can do the research, so it will give you guidance on how to utilize the funds when you get them for business. And plus, there's different things out there, and you can start little bit by little bit with your purchases to get certain things to start business. So that will be my take on that.
It's really good. I just want to leave this with you also. Family can be defined different for each individual. So if you have a toxic relationship with your immediate family, if you have close friends or associate that you deem as family, it's important that you socialize with them too for a gathering, so you can have that love and consent to help you continue to mature healthily. You've been listening to Let's Cook with Chef Ty. In today's show, we've been discussing food and family with our special guest, home cook and founder and owner of Bling by Angie, Angela McCray Coleman. And I want to personally thank you for coming on today's show, sharing your wisdom, your guidance to our listeners. And I just want to thank you.
Thank you for having me.
And I will also have all her information listed on my website, and also that you'll be able to do a follow-up on today's listening. So until next time, I'm Chef Ty, and you've been listening to Let's Cook.